Hello everyone, this is Azrael from Team ArcNet Gaming, bringing you some gameplay. I'll be honest right now, this is not the best gameplay of the world in me. I've died quite a bit in this video, but I figured this would be a good video for me to explain the difference between solo play when you're playing on multiplayer and teamwork when you're playing on multiplayer. When I mean teamwork, I mean either when you're playing with a really good group of people or when you're just playing with your actual team if you have a team. When you're playing with a team, people are going to listen. You have to talk to each other, chat out where people are coming from, know your map awareness, and not just on your own screen, but let to listen to the awareness of what other things are going on for people. You could have somebody over at, we'll say like domination, you could be at A flag, and the rest of your team could be pushing for B to try to cap B, while the enemy team could be trying to flank you around A. That's where it's your job to say, hey, team, I need help back here at A, the other team's coming back to try to capture C. Or A, I mean. And the same goes for if you're playing Search and Destroy, Demolition, any objective-based game, really. Or even Deathmatch, for that matter. And communication is an important thing. Now, a lot of times what's going to happen to when you're playing and you're on solo, you're not going to have that communication, and which makes things a lot harder. Because people, from what I've learned from just playing solo on multiplayer, is, and I'm going to explain a lot because I tried to get my team to work with me a lot throughout this match, and no one wanted to listen or do anything. And you're going to see good examples, and I'll point things out. It was just that there was no communication, and that's what makes things really hard. If there's no communication, people aren't going to know what to do. People are just going to scatter like roaches when you turn a light on. Like, here's a good example. I'm talking to my team trying to get them to help me push into B so we can defuse the bomb, while my team ain't helping me. They're off. I don't even know where my team got to because there was nobody around when I was trying to get them to help me. And there's a lot of different instances in this match you're going to see that. And I was talking with my team constantly trying to get them to work with me, and they just wouldn't. I mean, when I'm working with my team, if I'm working with Optimus, or I'm working with, like, our newest member, Sniper Killer 99, we stay in communication constantly of what's going on. I mean, it doesn't matter what game mode we're playing. Even if we're practicing against bots or we're just messing around in combat training, or we're doing core or hardcore, it doesn't matter. We always stay in contact with each other. Because, I mean, when you're playing bots, you're not getting as much experience as you could, I guess I should say. Because bots tend to be very predictable, where players aren't. Players tend to bob and weave and jump up and down and then drop prone and just do all types of crazy, weird things. So it makes it a little bit harder. I mean, bots usually stick together for the most part, what I've seen playing against bots. So, I mean, and they'll constantly run the same rotation over and over again on the map. So it's easy to post up somewhere, take an anchor, and just gun them down as they're coming through.
I've got you.
I mean, it doesn't matter what difficulty bot you're setting on. If you're anywhere from crew to veteran, they seem to do the same thing. Only thing is, bots have faster reaction times, the hardest thing to put them on. I mean, and that's, like I said, with my communication, everything just comes down, though, when you're playing in solo. Solo or multiplayer when you're playing as a team. And when you have a solo game and your team will just not listen or communicate with you, or even work with you, that's what makes things so hard. Now, my team, I feel if they would have listened to me, and I'm not trying to be like the person that's like trying to control everything, because I'm not. I'm just trying to shout out, saying, hey, they're here, we need to do this, and get in there. Now here I'm defusing the bomb. I have a guy who comes in, I think, in this scene to try to help me. I think it was this scene. No, it wasn't. It wasn't this one. It was later on. I came in. I planted the bomb. Actually, if I remember correctly, you're going to see the player on, and the guy runs right past me. He doesn't help me or anyway, and does something really weird, which I don't understand why he did what he did. And it's just, like I said, it is so vital for communication and gameplay. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of good players out there. I mean, like Hansberry, he's a really good player by himself. But even him, when he's playing with friends and he's playing on a team and you're talking verbally, there is just so much more communication going on, and therefore the gameplay goes better. I don't really know how to express it anymore, and I keep feeling like I'm repeating myself a lot in that. But I think the reason I'm repeating so much of things is I'm trying to impress on people who are just watching this video that when you're playing, you just have to try to keep in contact. Even if you don't want to listen to somebody, oh, this person, you know, is trying to control the show. It's not like that, I assure you. I mean, maybe there are some instances where people have major egos and they try to, and they might spaz out a little bit. But a lot of times when people are saying do this, do that, they do know what they're talking about. Now, granted, if somebody says something really weird like, oh, forget, you know, B flag and just go right to C, that's a little weird because you don't want the enemy team spawning, like, on B flag if you're playing domination. Because that would just be bad.
Protect the objectives.
At least, because the reason I say that would be bad is because you have them spawning in the center of the map. Well, if you have an anchor point back on A and your team is on C, it's going to make it hard for your team for the most part. The way I look at it, anyway, is that, like I said, if all your team is on C, well, the people on B that are spawning in, the other team, well, they're going to push you out to A, and they're going to try to flip the spawns that way. And that's just bad. You don't want that, because that puts you at a disadvantage. Where if you hold, you know, if you spawn in on A and you take B, then let C go. Don't capture C, because then that will give them a spot to spawn at, and they can only come from one direction. And the same goes if you spawn on C. If you're spawning C and you can get to B in time, take B and don't worry about it. I mean, people think it's great, oh, we're going to capture all 3 flags and we're going to get our points so much faster. And yeah, you will, but what's going to happen is you're just going to gimp yourself in the long run of your team because that's just what happens. I've seen it over and over again. I don't care how good of a player you are, and, you know, if that happens, it just makes things really hard. And getting back to the whole communication thing, though, like a good example is, like here in this demolition game, the team is not working together. You can see a team in the mini-map, before we got EMP'd, just running around all random places on the map. And best thing they could have done is, okay, I saw out my team, I'm going to B, I'm going to go to my plant, cover me. They didn't cover me. This is the guy I was talking about. He did something really weird. When I came in and I was trying to do my thing, he ran in past me, ran right upstairs and planted a Guardian in a really weird spot for no reason. The Guardian he planted could have been used so much better and more efficiently than what he did. He could actually have taken that Guardian and planted it right there at the top of the stairs looking out the back door where everybody was coming in, man, stunned them a little bit, and my team could have came in and posted up, watched the front door, and covered, you know, you only need 1 or 2 people to cover the back door, you know, after the bomb's planted. And when you get down to your, you know, your 5 seconds, your 4 seconds, whatever, or even if you're just trying to cover for defusal, it's just, people don't pay attention, I guess. Pay attention, I don't know what I did there. Like I said, this was not my extraordinary gameplay of any means. I'm usually a lot better when I'm working with my team. Lately I've been getting stuck in horrible lobbies. I don't know what that's all about, but I'm not going to make excuses for myself. And it's just how it is. I believe my gameplay is almost done here, so I'm going to thank everybody for watching my video and watching here on ArcNet Gaming. So please just leave a comment, subscribe, and leave a like. See you next time.